Actually a draconian from Alpha Draconis, and your government is actually letting AI exist so that it would be undistinguishable from existence and what's actually real. So you might be watching this and think to yourself, that's gotta be AI. There's no way. But what if it's not?
This was hella scandalous. Look at this was he's door dashing and taking food from the people. Oh, what a sick fool. He's putting his shoes on there. Oh, wow.
This is just straight up creepy.
This is crazy. They're all in it. Look at it. Look at him. He don't think they're watching him.
Jordan, what are you doing?
Look at the boy's face. Y'all see that? Look at the kid's face. Y'all look at the boy's face. He couldn't even believe it. I zoomed in for y'all. Look. His jaws just dropped when he saw Jordan doing this thing to him.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? If you guys are brand new here, you guys don't know what we do, don't worry, I'm gonna break it down for you guys. We talk about the most scariest and creepiest videos on the net, on the web, that's gonna make us question everything. Let's do what we do best, seekers. Say it with me, y'all. Let's seek the truth.
It's not flat all round. Maybe we're living in one of these, but each one of these does have a perimeter. This is independent footage sent to me from Nick Osborne, and in the distance there you can clearly see there's some sort of ice wall or a wall of ice. It's down to you what you want to believe, whether there's land beyond this, whether this is the ice wall that contains the waters of the flat earth, or whether you want to believe that this is a cap on the bottom of a spinning ball. I sent that footage by Nick Osborne, who is actually from New Zealand. He's not from Australia, so my bad, forgive me brother. You can see in this message he is beyond the 74th parallel. I was of the understanding that we can't go past the 60th parallel, so the plot thickens on what's really going on. So down to the observer and what you want to believe, but spinning balls or living in some sort of farm or hive. Question everything, people, because truth is often stranger than fiction.
Yep. So we like kept in by these hexagons?
One last look at the ice wall before we head north through the pack ice and head on home. She goes a long way.
Oh, that's the ice wall.
We're 1.5 miles off it, so it looks small, but it's quite high.
Thought it was a lot, but TikTok just rolled out a brand new feature that's going to show your location to everybody. TikTok just dropped some shit called the local feed, and as you can see right there, it says local, and I bet you wondering what that means. And it's right next to the For You feed, it's right next to the following feed, it's right next to the shop. And explore. Guaranteed, once you find out what this is, you're going to turn your location on faster than a month. So TikTok is basically saying that this feature is going to show you content in the areas where you are. Restaurants, places to go, things to do, etc. But what they didn't say is that whenever you post, wherever you are, people are going to know wherever you're at. But maybe you're not worried about that. Going to be showing you content of people that's nearby you. So if you posting your house and that location is on, I'm guessing you already know the rest, right? But the good thing about this, you'll be able to stop it. They're going to send you a location service request. And when they do, it's up to you to say, hey, I want to provide my location or I don't want to provide my location. Either way, the choice is yours. So now I want to know what you're going to do. You're going to leave that location on or you're going to turn that location on. Podcast on YouTube, Expensive Facts. I'm out.
I won't be turning my location off. Y'all ain't tracking me, bro. All these ass men just trying to track the location, bro, trying to just get that info. And so they could just put it out on the web, man. That's how bad things happen, bro. Turn that location off.
They could order foie gras, caviar, and lobster for every single meal for the rest of their lives and still own every house in your neighborhood. Okay, why would they be ordering pizza?
I'd love you to come over for pizza, bud. How was the pizza? Was it good?
Oh,
what, he make it
Amal's pizza was better than Clune's. They both made, everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Something that he does.
5 different kinds. 5 different kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza that night. Clune's was excellent. Amal's was the winner.
Thank you very much for this prestigious award. To show my appreciation, I am inviting you all to a pizza party tonight at Jennifer Aniston's house. I'll see you there.
Her parties are incredible at her house, too.
Yeah, she does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza,
Wonderful pizza.
7,000 documents worth of pizza. It's not about pizza, is it? Mm-mm.
So with these secret code
Lord,
words.
give me patience for your timing, because my wrath.
Check this out, family. What y'all looking at is a footage from 2009. Somebody captured the dog man in their backyard. Some more facts. This video is actually from the government archive. They basically saying this might be a legitimate video. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is this creature really out here? Or it is just another experiment going wrong by the government? But I'm feeling great. Shit is...
Well. So this picture was taken in you-know-where. And a lot of people are speculating that this is Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I can't be certain if this is true or not. What I believe, in my own opinion, is that he is still alive. Whether or not this is him, who knows? If you wanted to cover something up, it's very easy to say, but I'm not sure. I mean, this dude is looking very, very similar to Mr. Epstein, but again, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that this could be him? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Peace and love.
I just woke up. My power went out last night. The electrician is coming to check it out today. Weird stuff has been happening.
It's been an hour and this guy's still outside my house. I don't think this is a coincidence anymore.
Yep, hiding in plain sight. Like, this is crazy. He just stops in front of my house. They're not even trying to hide it anymore, bro. That's so weird.
Weird.
So awesome to have this week. I can't say too much just yet, but I'm really excited to go on this journey with you all. Stay tuned.
If it's drugs or demonic possession, either one, you don't need to do none of them motherfuckers, because you freak me out. Soon as I saw this shit go across Al Gore's motherfucking internet. Stop doing shit.
About elite use of free will. I mean, where do I sign up at? Special white breed and D. My boy went through his entire life, and now he has a job following houser cannons at a mountain causing an avalanche. What class do you sign up for that? Who like is handing that job out? Where do you even find out or sign up for some shit like this? Of course, it's Russia. And I mean, I'm hoping obviously you have to check to make sure there's no hikers and no ski people up there, because as you can see, March Very, you got to death, the Red Bull, nowhere in sight. So why city for vibes? You imagine you just moving, grooving, vibing, sliding. You see a cannon, shot behind you, makes you know avalanche. Oh, hell no! But I know what? I want Buddy job, son. That look mad easy. I mean, gotta take some aim. Can't be overshooting this shit. Fuck around, kill somebody. Are we sure we in the same server? I gotta know how many missiles we shooting off a day, son. I mean, this could never go down in America, because I give it 2 weeks. That missile right there would be turned to a house or a car or somebody innocent, because, you know, that's the type of lunatic type of shit we have going on in America. But this right here is a job people will pay you to do. They be, hey man, this is me. I'm just want to try to fire cannon, son. Let me pull the fucking string. I'd be one of them. I'm like, hey man, fuck it. I'll pay you 100 right now. Let me do this shit. Get it on the gram, son. I'm about to cause an avalanche. First time in my life. Probably last time too. I didn't even know this was an option, my nigga. I also got to know, is this an everyday thing? Because don't think I ain't beat. I see that other house right there in the Cadillac garage shop. Where's that one being shot at? And how do you know what position to hit it in the mountain? And obviously, you ain't new to this. You true to this because you caused the avalanche. And I feel like this is what you was trying to do. But I got a lot of questions, not a lot of answers. Very new to this. So please, comments, let me know.
I'm actually a Draconian from Alpha Draconis, and your government is actually letting AI exist so that it would be undistinguishable from existence and what's actually real. So you might be watching this and think to yourself, that's gotta be AI. There's no way. But what if it's not? Like, really? What if it's really not?
And that's what's scary, bro. There's a chance that could be real, man. Like you said, with AI, it's getting hard to distinguish things. You can't tell what's fake or what's real anymore, bro. What happens if there are beings like that in society, bro, now coming out because of the existence of AI? Just think about that. We would never know. We just dismiss it as AI, and they hitting in plain sight. what you think, you cap on seekers, bro.
So people just coming to a realization that this motherfucking world is ran by demonic entities. Because only a demonic motherfucker will eat a motherfucking baby. You heard it. You heard it. You saw the shit. These motherfuckers said babies taste like cream cheese, dog. Like, I don't know about it. That's why I hate the motherfucking internet and social media. That's why I only post and get the fuck off the motherfucker, because people are going to work. People are living life like ain't shit happened. Like, this some normal shit. Shit that we've been talking about for decades. And now all this shit coming out. Motherfuckers ain't getting arrested. Nothing. The news ain't talking about shit. Y'all talking about bullshit. Everybody posting on Facebook and Instagram talking about a bunch of bullshit all day, every day. Motherfucker, they are eating babies. They're doing human sacrifices.
Speak on it.
Blood rituals. Fucking with people's DNA. And you motherfuckers just posting memes all day. This is bullshit.
Hey fool, insects are dying. Better yet, insects are going extinct. Now I know to a lot of people they probably cheering and they happy as fuck. But y'all, that's not a good thing. The insects that are going extinct, we need them. So y'all better take this story serious. I'm serious. Scientists are saying bees, beetles, and butterflies are all disappearing. And they're talking about them Jones disappearing like quickly. They're calling this shit a critical red flag for ecological instability. It's crazy. No insects equals no pollination. No pollination equals no food. Less food, higher prices. Then the food chain collapses. Then the birds start disappearing. After that, the soil start getting fucked up because the quality is gonna be ass. As I seen this shit, I started thinking like, I really didn't see a lot of bees this year. Also didn't see a lot of beetles or butterflies. But now I know why. So they say the main reason is because of climate change and also people using pesticides. Now out of the 3 insects, the one that I really care the most about is bees. Them other Jones, I really don't give a fuck. If I had it my way, the 3 bugs that would go extinct is mosquitoes, bed bugs, and spiders. I'll let me know how y'all feel about this down below in the comments. What bugs would y'all want extinct?
What bugs y'all want extinct, bro? Spiders, meat centipedes. Third, yeah, beetles.
The one boy. Now listen to this. I have to tell you this. Okay. So after I left the party, and the next day I smoked with Michael, and then I get in a limousine and I leave. I get back to the Sheraton Hotel at Universal over here. There's 4 FBI agents waiting for me in the hotel room. And my mom's there, and she's like, tell them what happened. And I'm like, what do you mean tell them what happened? And I sit down with them, and they all ask these super sexually exploiting, questions, back-sided questions. And I knew that at my age already. And I looked at all 4 of them, and I said, are y'all crazy? I said, what you think I'm gonna do? Tell you that Michael did something bad so that we can sue him for money? That's what I told him. I was like, you're crazy. And I looked over at my mom and I was like, are you serious, Mom? I was like, what is going on here? Why are you letting this happen? And she goes, well, I think something happened, I think something. I'm like, really? That man did nothing but be hospitable, kind, loving, giving, everything you could think of. We rode 4-wheelers for 5 hours, me, him, and Chris Tucker in the mountains at nighttime after his birthday party. Him and I hung out and talked pretty much all.
So many Epstein Files connections to Justin Bieber's Yummy video. First, let's talk about how he promoted this song by using a bunch of pictures of babies with the hashtag Yummy, and also wrote Yummy and pizza. And this word Yummy was used like 300 times in these Epstein Files. I haven't seen anybody point this out, but at the end of the video, there's a baby pig on the table. At the start of the video, we see him walking through the kitchen, going to the table with the old rich people as if he's being served. They have very young people as the entertainment. They show this girl, and here's her outfit, but we'll get into that. There's also paparazzi in the kitchen as in being filmed at this party. party. We see Justin with a sandwich in front of him, guarded by a piece of bread. On the sandwich is this red cherry or olive with red little sticks in them, which later becomes black with black sticks. Serving disgusting food with peas, P. Diddy, and this pink. I wanted to point out this looks like a pizza. We see Justin with a pink drink in front of him, messing around with this guy's glasses. All the adults are taking turns sitting down with him. We see an entertainer and Justin's cat in the middle of the table representing him entertaining. And that's when we see the black olive cherry. We also see the Puffs, Puff Daddy. During the lyrics, lost control of myself, I'm compromised. Annie winks. We see this pink goo with circus peanuts on top. During the words, you ain't never running low on supplies. And the pink drink. So think about the pink stuff at these parties. What do you think these peanuts could represent? We see them reaching for the food and them devouring the food. Justin with water and the pink drink. We see him messed up. Girls in white come out from under the table. Notice he's taking things off. We got the white party. Remind you of anybody? And the dance moves are eating. This, we see that red outfit on the chair. After the party, that outfit is there. We see this man eating cake. Allegedly could be this guy who founded the record label with Diddy. We see this guy with a bunch of pink drinks who looks similar to L.A. Reid. A baby pig on the table. Why a baby? Don't people usually like the big one? We see his plate with the cake, peas, and the cherries representing innocence, and then young him with the words yummy. Also used him in the cake holding a cherry to promote this. He had mental breakdowns during the filming of this. Ellen asked him what this song was about. He said his intimate life and then sipped tea. Alleged and entertainment purposes only.
Hey, I'm walking around San Francisco right now, and I haven't seen a homeless motherfucker yet. I don't know where y'all put him, but I hope y'all took care of him. That's all I got to say. Because I never seen a city full of homeless people. It ain't no homeless people out here. Right now, that's crazy. I done hit hella blocks.
There's so many flies in there. We found this abandoned house. We wanted to go inside, but now we're like scared to go inside. They're in every single window. You see all the flies? What is this? They're like blankets and clothes. Mineral spirits? Oh god. There's so many flies. Why is there so many flies? I don't know if I want to be here. Holy crap. Why is there so many beds? Oh my god. Do you think there's like someone dead upstairs? Look how bad the floor is, and look at those black clusters are all flies. Is that blood?
That's all that's in here. Guns, ammo, hunting stuff.
That is disgusting. Listen to them buzz.
But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But I was just referring to myself in the past. Not that I was not human.
How would you say that though?
We're not gonna yell at Howard. Of course not. It is a warm hoodie.
Yeah, no, it's a thick hoodie. It's a company hoodie. We print our mission on the inside.
What?
Oh, really?
God, the inside of the hoodie, everybody. Take a look. What is it? Making the
world more open and connected.
Oh my god, it's like a secret vault. Look at that. Making the world open and connected. Stream, graph, platform, and this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati. Oh, 2010. No, it's 2010. Oh no.
They laughing, but it's right in our face.
What color was kindergarten?
Kindergarten?
Yeah, you was in kindergarten or pre-K. What color was it? Ooh, it was every color.
Yeah, I was gonna say rainbow.
Okay, now when you went to first to second grade, what color was it?
I don't know.
It was bland. Yeah. It was that color. Yeah, it was
like jail.
Exactly. Then when you went to high school, what color was it?
Like jail.
Yeah. Okay, then when you went to work, what color was the wall?
Yeah.
It's waning you off the frequency. When you a kid, you vibrant, you running around, and then the first thing they do is they say, wane them off the frequency. Make the walls tan, make everything tan, make it boring. Sit down, don't move. They just get you right out of spirituality. And then the next time that you do get introduced to a colorful environment, guess where you at? You in a club. If the club was this color, nobody would go. But since it's black and it's universal light, aka from red to purple, it feel like you in the universe. It feel like the
wow.
So this is why people like the club. It's called colorology. Even hunger. Hunger is triggered by
The color red, yellow, and orange. What color is Wendy's?
Yeah.
What color is
McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A? McDonald's. Every highly successful fast food franchise, I guarantee you, if they not all red, orange, and yellow, they have either one of them colors at a high dollar.
Yeah.
So this is people who literally socially engineer the world.
Damn, he was cooking, bro. I didn't even notice that. All the successful like fast food restaurants has either red, yellow, or he said orange in it. That's crazy. And the fact that he said they're weaning us off the frequency ever since after kindergarten. Okay, interesting theory.
Respectfully decline to answer this question and any related questions.
Mothman's real, he's probably here, because this is one of the most rural parts of Appalachia that most people have never heard of. They're called the Crab Orchard Mountains in Tennessee, and they're almost completely devoid of people. You can see that there's practically no population centers. There's Petros to the south. It has a population of about 450 people, and to the north there's Montgomery, which is even smaller and doesn't even really have a listed population anywhere. And other than that, they are almost completely empty. But you probably noticed something else strange. Why does it look like that? When you look at it in the context of the Appalachians, it looks completely out of place. Almost everything around it looks like this, but it's like an almost perfect circle. And the reason why is a little bizarre. These mountains are sort of a cross-section of squeezed and folded crust. Each layer erodes at a different rate, leaving behind these ridges. But the Crab Orchard Mountains are the remains of a plateau, and so their layers were never folded. This is the Grand Canyon, but it's like the same concept. Over time, water eroded through these layers, creating a mountain range from a flat-ish surface, meaning that these mountains weren't pushed up, but carved down. This resulted in the interior of the mountains becoming rugged and difficult to traverse, and explains how its unique geology has allowed this area to remain one of the most rural parts of Appalachia to this day. Send this to a friend that you'd hunt Mothman with. And if you like cool stuff like this, sauce me a follow for more.
Who's hella scandalous. Look at.
What's he doing?
This who's door dashing and taking food from the people. Oh, what a sick fool. He's putting his shoes on there.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
Call this ass in 4K.
I got you on camera, bro. You're sick, bro. You're fucking disgusting. Why are you gonna put your shoes? You're disgusting, bro. You're nasty, bro. This guy's putting shoes on the people's food. You're disgusting, bro. You're fucking sick. You're fucking disgusting, bro. I got you on camera, bro. Huh? It's yours? Okay, bro, it's yours.
No, it
Sick
ain't.
fuck.
Well, that really puts me on freaking DoorDash, man. That's why I was just like to get food myself, bro. It ain't worth somebody mess with your food, man. He really rub this food on the food, bro. You try to play it off, say that it's his. You know that ain't his.
An interesting UFO video for you. This one's actually coming out of Texas City, Texas, captured by a witness on or around January 11th, 2026. The witness states that this thing hovered in the air for actually quite some time and then eventually disappears. But what is it exactly? It looks like a tic-tac shaped type of UFO, but it's almost translucent. But you want to know something else? Something even weirder? Some witnesses on the ground couldn't see it, while others could, but they all could see it once he played the video back. Isn't that weird? Take a look at this. Comment below. Tell me what you think.
doing or something. They're trying to blend in with the sky. What's going on with Ray J, bro?
Somebody gotta explain this, y'all. I just seen this shit after Michael Jordan's car won the Daytona 500, and this is exactly what he's doing. Somebody gotta explain this, because I told y'all from the very beginning that they're all in it. Y'all don't think Jordan's part of it too? This man is worth over $3 billion. How did he acquire that? How do you think he acquired all of that?
See this. So this is Michael Jordan after his car just won the Daytona. This is just straight up creepy.
This is crazy. They're all in it. Look at it. Look at him. He don't think they're watching him.
Jordan, what are you doing?
Look at the boy's face. Y'all see that? Look at the kid's face. Y'all look at the boy's face. He couldn't even believe it. I zoomed in for y'all. Look. His jaws just dropped when he saw Jordan doing this thing to him. And look at this shit. This guy's just standing there just laughing. Look at this. Look at these. Bro. Demons everywhere, bro. Demons everywhere. This is the same system that we are upholding today, y'all. This gotta go, man. All this right here gotta go, bro. This is crazy. Don't y'all dare for a second think that none of these people are part of this. Because it seems that the more money you have, the more you are actually a part of this thing, man. But let me know down in the comments below, man. Y'all knew Michael Jordan was part of this? The shift is here, y'all. This shit's about to be here.
Why you need to stop using your phone when you sit on the toilet. A 24-year-old man from China became paralyzed from sitting on the toilet for too long. He was watching videos on his phone while he sat on the toilet until his family became concerned as to why he was taking so long in there. After 30 minutes, someone came in to check on him and found him on the floor unconscious, and he was rushed to the hospital. At this point, he was already paralyzed. The doctor said that he was in the same sitting position for a long time, which limited his blood circulation in his body. Also, the air circulation in the bathroom wasn't the greatest due to the enclosed space, so when he suddenly stood up, the lack of oxygen to his brain caused him to pass out. But this isn't the first time something like this happened. Another man in China had to be rushed to the hospital when he noticed a ball-sized lump fall out of his anus while he sat on the toilet. It turns out that was his rectum, which was caused by the fact that he sat on the toilet for too long. So doctors have said that when you don't focus on doing number 2, this can lead to constipation, which causes strain and pressure down there. So moral of the story, let's start leaving our phones outside the bathroom.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna need you guys. That's a water side, man. Don't use your phone in the bathroom, man. We all been guilty of it, including me, but I update my life with these facts, so we won't be doing that anymore.
Things happening in the world right now. Champagne sales are down 15% in 2024, and multiple champagne executives have said that people are just not celebrating as much. This dog went in for a teeth cleaning and was spayed instead. These astronauts were only supposed to be in space for 8 days and now have to stay in space until next year because of new safety concerns. A new study came out and said that when Barbie learned what a gynecologist was, millions of other people did as well. It was recently revealed that this US woman who was tied to a tree in the middle of the forest in India tied herself to it. New research is suggesting that mayonnaise may help us develop perfect nuclear fusion. Remote work is to blame for Google's struggles with AI, according to the former CEO. This man was given 40 sausage rolls for 40 years of service at his job. This woman in her 70s was fired from Home Depot after failing to stop a customer from using a suspicious card to spend over $5,000 in fraudulent charges.
Weird Nature
How's she gonna stop that?
Part 26. The Blue American Rabbit was developed in 1917 by Louis H. Salisbury. Although it's natural, he never revealed what breeds he used to create this variety. In 1998, Honduras built a bridge over the Choluteca River, but the water was rerouted by Hurricane Mitch that same year. This mutated octopus with 85 tentacles was captured on an island near Japan. Known for its protrusible jaw and nail-like teeth, the goblin shark has only been seen about 50 times since its discovery in 1897. In 1493, Christopher Columbus mistook manatees for mermaids and wrote, "They're not so beautiful as they're said to be, since their faces have some masculine traits."
Simple psychological tricks that actually work. If you want someone to give you more information, try staying silent after they answer your question. The awkward silence will force them to continue talking. If you think someone's staring at you but you can't catch them, try yawning. If they also yawn, they've been probably staring at you the whole time. If you're in a conflict with a significant other, try using food to diffuse the situation. Have you ever been mad while eating a pizza? Follow me for more.
No, I haven't.
First songs you should never listen to. Barney's I Love You song.
I love you, you love me.
Yeah, this is a cursed one. This song can actually send you mad. It has a sick and disturbing past. It's the most overplayed song used by the CIA to torment prisoners. And music used for torture is a pretty interesting psychological concept, and this song makes it pretty easy.
The longest things in the world. Longest English word. Pneumona ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Longest YouTube video, 596 hours. Longest song, Rise and Fall of Bossa Nova, 13 hours long. Longest film, Logistics, over 35 days long. Longest day of 2021, Monday the 21st of June.
This case makes no sense, and the internet is pleading officers to look into the case further. This is the young teen that sadly lost her life after being locked in a Walmart oven. Walmart employees started posting on social media why her death was suspicious. This employee shows how hard it is for someone to accidentally lock themselves in an oven. Check it out.
These ovens are so hard to shut. From the outside, you have to push them. I'll show you. See that?
Ooh.
So you swing it open too hard when you get something out of the oven. Let's see what happens.
Whereas this talker showed how the door doesn't lock on itself. So someone had to be on the outside that latched it.
It closed by itself. It doesn't. It doesn't latch.
Oh.
It's designed not to do that.
So let's say she did get in the oven somehow, she would be able to get back out. Apparently some of the ovens also have like emergency shutoffs from the inside in case this does happen. So it seems like someone was on the outside that locked her in it. Because even if the door swung closed behind her, it wouldn't have been able to latch itself. Let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments below. How do you feel about this case?
I think somebody definitely pushed that door.
Literally makes you prettier. My name is Angel, and I've been studying in the field of psychotherapy the past 7 years, as well as being a makeup TikToker. And guess what? I just got out of a lash appointment because I cried all of my lashes off this month. And am I mad at myself? Not one bit, because psychologically, crying is a sign that you're healing, not a sign that you're broken or weak. Why? Because your body is designed with something called lacrimal glands. Lacrimal glands are activated when you cry. When your lacrimal glands are activated, your body immediately goes from a state of fight or flight to rest and digest. Your body and your brain are literally threatened when you're in a state of fight or flight. But when you're in a state of rest and digest, you are healing. Your brain becomes prettier and healthier when you feel your emotions deeply. Don't feel wrong for crying. You're actually going in the right direction.
What if I told you that
Good
your cat
advice.
was a secret spy that was sent by the government? I know this sounds absolutely insane, but hear me out. In the 1960s, there was a CIA program called Operation Acoustic Kitty. The goal was to quite literally use cats as spies. The idea was they would implant these transmitter devices in the cat. They would eavesdrop on Soviet Union conversations. The CIA believed that cats blended in more than other animals, and that they could easily be trained to approach targets and transmit audio. This project cost $20 million, and the first spy cat was hit by a taxi. Rest in peace. In order to do this, the CIA implanted the radio transmitter into the base of the cat's skull, and sewed a microphone into its ear canal, and embedded an antenna into the tail of the cat. Here's an x-ray photo for reference. This is like a literal monstrosity. Like, they're literally ripping apart these animals and like putting an antenna in their tail. And the way that they were gonna control the cats is by using audio cues. Thankfully, there were a lot of complications with this like operation, and they ended up closing the project in 1967. It feels so bad for these little kitties. place. Follow for more.
Psychology hacks to read anybody
Insane.
like a book. When he agrees with you, but he's shaking his head, he's definitely lying to you. When somebody sits back in their chair, they're showing that they're tired of the conversation. When they're rubbing their hands together, it means they have a positive feeling about something. Follow me for more.
Okay, you know where that be came from. Slice Adams. That thing bro, about the catchphrase is insane, man. What is it with the CIA, man, and trying to make animals into spies? I just don't think it can work.
Facts about Earth that will make you question everything. The ocean contains about $770 trillion worth of gold, which is enough money to build your own ocean in your backyard. The hottest place on Earth is Death Valley, California, and it's reached temperatures as high as 134 degrees Fahrenheit. And while we're on the subject of temperature, Antarctica can reach 60 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer. And this is the Kitti's hognose bat, which is the smallest mammal on Earth.
This is the smallest prisoner in the world, and you will not believe what this guy actually did. Back in 2015, a group of kids were left home alone after the mother and father went out to get some pizza, when the young boy put his baby sister in the oven. Now, you've probably seen these videos about this story all over social media. Now, although some of the information in these videos is completely fake, the majority of this story is actually 100% true. So the kids were left home while their parents went out, and they decided to put the baby sister, who was like 18 months old, in the oven. Reportedly, one of them opened the door and shoved her in there, while the other one turned the heat and made it hot. Reportedly, when the parents came home, smelled some sort of cooking, and it wasn't good. Now, the kids had been playing around and playing a game. They didn't know what the oven was, so it was meant to be a prank and a game between them with no parental supervision there. It went very, very wrong. Now, the parents were actually charged because of this, and the kids, of course, were far too young to even be investigated, really. And both the parents were actually charged with 2 counts of endangering a child and murder.
Do you know why Michael Jackson's skin became so white? Michael had a medium brown skin tone as a kid and teenager, but in 1983, when Michael was 24 years old, his skin started to change colors and it was scary. Random spots appeared on his skin and they gradually lost their pigment. In 1986, Michael's doctor informed him that he was suffering from a skin disorder called vitiligo. Vitiligo gives people white patches on their skin and makes them sensitive to sunlight. This is why Michael often walked under umbrella and wore hats that shaded his face. Apart from vitiligo, Michael Jackson also struggled with lupus, which is another kind of disease where the immune system mistakenly attacks its own tissues. To treat his conditions, Michael used skin creams and makeup to hide uneven color patches on his skin, but many people criticized Michael and said he was trying to become white, but Michael had his own reasons, and he explained them.
I have a skin disorder that destroys the pigmentation of the skin. Is something that I cannot help. Okay, but when people make up stories that I don't want to be who I am, it hurts me.
Facts that I wish.
Never knew that. I mean, you know, people, they have their theories, man, about, you know, Michael Jackson, I guess, recovered another person because I didn't know, like you say, he had a skin disorder. Hey, man, we all gotta do our facts. We all gotta do our research, bro. That's interesting.
Wish I didn't know. When you die, the last thing to go is your hearing. So as all your other mortal sensations are leaving this world, the last thing you're ever going to experience are the sounds going on around you, which very well could be like your family members crying or cheering. By the year 2050, there's going to be more plastic in the ocean than fish. When pigs get a cold, like a cough, very often they will shoot their intestines out of their anus, and farmers have to, like, stuff it back in.
Yeah. I never knew that.
Ridiculous facts that will make you laugh. A woman earlier this year brought a baby hedgehog to a wildlife hospital thinking that it was hers, but in reality it was actually just a baby. Queen Elizabeth one time actually accepted an invite to a random wedding that invited her. In the 1980s, an army supply clerk accidentally ordered a $28,000 anchor instead of a $6 lamp because of a mistype in an order number. There was a rumor that Stephen Hawking would deliberately run over people's toes that he didn't like. He denied the rumor by stating that it was malicious and that he would run over anybody's toes that spread it. Animal Planet aired a fake documentary about mermaids that made thousands of people convinced that they were real. twice. And it wasn't even on April Fool's Day. It was in May 2012 and May 2013. It was the most watched telecast on Animal Planet since Steve Irwin's Memorial 6 years before. This teenager's art was not discovered by his parents for multiple years until they looked at their house on Google Earth.
What the? Why would he put that on top of the house, bro? I even did it. Slap the mess out of me, bro. What the hell?
Are your toys alive?
What did I just walk into?
Would you ever run
Edit.
me? New fear unlocked.
It's too realistic.
Gotta be careful here. Well, that puts an end to my tarpon fishing. Wow.
You're a brave soul.
Get back.
This is a war game about.
That's exactly what I would have did, Seekers. I'm especially was that alligator crocodile? It don't matter. I'm hitting it just as soon as I see something come out that water, bro. Like I said, we was the bravest still even standing there, man. I would have been gone.
About trying to survive your sleep paralysis demon. Let's talk about a horror game called Silent Still. The entire point of this game is that it's trying to recreate the feeling of having sleep paralysis. And while your character can walk around during the day, at nighttime when you go to sleep, you cannot move. You are completely frozen. All you can do is look around your room while your sleep paralysis demon walks about. It basically tries to recreate that feeling of helplessness. One of the interesting parts about this game, though, is that it actually tries to tell a story. During this time, your character is discovering that they have sleep paralysis, and they're trying to figure out how to deal with it. There are 3 nights, 3 sleep paralysis sessions that you have to get through in this game, and a few of them scared the absolute hell out of me. I don't want to spoil anything, especially because the last night takes the game in a completely different direction than I was expecting, but I do have a full playthrough of this game on my channel. I hope you know that you have a lot to be proud of about yourself, and I'm proud of you simply for the fact that you haven't given up.
All the horror news that you probably missed.
I have to check that out.
This found footage movie series just announced a new installment. We'll be getting Hell House Lineage, and it's supposedly the last but scariest Hell House movie. Hell House Lineage will take place right after Hell House Origins, the Carmichael Manor. So watch this one if you want to be all caught up in time for the new movie. If you're a fan of Hell House, Midnight Mass, or Fall of the House of Usher, then you probably know that Mike Flanagan is now making shows for Prime Video. And his next project is an 8-episode miniseries based on Carrie by Stephen King. I'm a fan of literally all of Mike Flanagan's Stephen King movies, so here's some bonus recommendations. I already know that Carrie is going to be amazing. Creep is one of the best found footage horror movies on Netflix, so I'm very excited for the Creep Tapes, which will be a found footage TV series, where every episode is another one of Peach Fuzz's previous victims that we haven't seen before. Longlegs, Saw, and Stephen King is a match made in hell, and I am so here for it. Because the director of Longlegs, Osgood Perkins, will be directing The Monkey, based on a short story by Stephen King and produced by James Wan. Neon actually sent me a sneak peek of a kill scene from this movie. Even though I definitely can't show it on here, I will say that it got me so excited to see the rest of the movie. This one is going to be a bloody good time. In a Violent Nature went super viral all over social media when it first came out. And one of the cast members just announced that there will be a sequel in A Violent Nature too. Hopefully it'll have even crazier kills than the first one, but I have no idea how they're going to top this scene. And that's...
This photo is of the most dangerous man on Earth, the Cincinnati Crawler. This actual photo was captured by the family back in 1974 after this man entered their house, and escaping shortly after the photo was taken. So in 1974, the Johnson family lived in Cincinnati. It was a quiet neighborhood, they had a nice house in the middle of the countryside, not much went on here, until they started noticing very strange things happening. Their 14-year-old daughter would regularly say that she would see these eyes outside of her window at night, peering in, staring at her. And with most nights the sounds of banging and footsteps, which they thought was just rats or some kind of pipes. Till one night their youngest son was laying in bed, ready to go to sleep, The family dog would regularly come in to sleep with the young boy and just stay on his bed, but he felt the dog jump up onto his bed slowly and went to pet it. But it wasn't the dog. That was when he spotted this guy at the end of his bed, just standing there. After everybody had spotted him, the man ran out of the house and has still never been found. Though reportedly 4 other young children had gone missing in this area at the same time in the 70s, which police believe he could have been responsible for. On top of this, in the 60s and 70s, there was a lot of human experiments going on in the exact same place.
Psychology hacks to read anybody like a book. If somebody is closing their eyes when talking to you, they're probably hiding something. When a person covers their mouth, it means that they don't want to say what they're thinking. When a person is rubbing their chin, they're trying to make a decision. Follow me for more.
That's just ain't facts, man. I always write those down. Those psychology facts, man. You can analyze a person by learning those, I guess, traits that people be doing when they're talking to you. I wasn't that it. Oh, what the hell?
Yes, you saw that right. The moon was just hit by a giant meteor and exploded. We have at least 24 hours to prepare before fragments of the moon reach Earth. Expect massive meteor showers and some pieces big enough to take out entire cities. Media is reporting that without the moon's gravity, our oceans are about to be unpredictably wild. Tsunamis will strike coastal lines around the world, and if you live near a coastline, get you and your family to higher ground as soon as possible. They are also saying the Earth's tilt and rotation will start to wobble. This means insane, unpredictable weather and extreme storms that can cause chaos. You need to stay inside and safe, because now that people think the world is ending, there will be riots, loots, and people just not listening to the law at all. Things are about to get very scary very fast. I'm not gonna lie, bro, we just all gotta stick together right now. Take care of your family and take care of each other, man. I don't know what to do. Please share this video because this was just a prank. It's creepypasta, and you can really scare your friends with this.
Crazy things happening in the world right now.
I knew that was an
Zoom,
edit.
the app widely used for remote work, is telling its employees that they need to come back to the office.
What?
For Mental Health Awareness Week, McDonald's changed their Happy Meal to just the meal. The Red Lobster found a rare orange lobster in their batch and decided to donate it to the Denver Aquarium. Florida put new state line signs that welcome drivers to the free state of Florida. Japan is running surveys on their young people asking them why they're not getting married amid a population crisis in the country. The OceanGate co-founder said that he wants to dive to the portal to hell that sits in the Bahamas. Costco is now selling apocalypse buckets where you get 150 servings of food that will last for 25 years. 65,000 coffee mugs randomly went missing in a Tesla factory. A recent study published says that young adulthood is no longer the happiest time of a person's life. Another study published that you actually can't have too much money, and that billionaires are significantly happier than millionaires.
Let's talk
Wonder
about
why.
the cannibal that made a real-life snuff film. So on May 29, 2012, mysterious packages began arriving at various businesses around the Montreal area in Canada, including an elementary school. Each of the packages contained the severed and decomposing remains of a 34-year-old man named June Lin. Police were able to trace June's last known whereabouts to the apartment of 30-year-old Luca Magnotta. Now, Luca was a man who was so obsessed with getting famous that he was willing to do the most disgusting and vile acts imaginable just to get people talking about him, which included posting videos of himself online torturing and unaliving kittens. Police were able to determine that June had been unalived on May 24th, 5 days before his severed limbs were mailed to police, and using that information, they discovered something even more disturbing. On May 25th, the day after June was unalived, Luca actually uploaded a video to the website bestscore.com entitled One Lunatic, One Ice Pick. The video depicted June Lin tied to a bed completely naked, and Luca standing over him before stabbing him repeatedly in the chest and the neck with an ice pick. Afterwards, the video depicts Luca decapitating June and then cutting off his arms and his legs. From there, the video gets even worse, and it shows Luca using June's severed head and his severed arms to masturbate himself. After that, Luca is seen cutting chunks of flesh and meat away from June's buttocks and then feeding them to his dog and also attempting to eat them himself. Luca stated he did all this in an attempt to get famous and that he was not sorry at all for what he did, and he's currently serving life in prison.
So this is widely considered to be one of the most credible
Heinous.
paranormal experiences in U.S. history. For upwards of 88 different witnesses, independent witnesses within a 72-hour period in this home who claimed to experience some sort of phenomenon. The home was occupied by the Gooden family. Very normal, very suburban, husband and wife and their 10-year-old daughter at the time, Marcia. What was interesting was that the occurrences in the house actually dated back to 1968 when the family heard scratching and unexplained knocking coming from inside their walls. In November of 1974, a crowd appeared in front of the home because there was something unexplainable going on inside. A collection of 5 different officers were called to the home, all of whom claimed to see appliances lift off the ground and levitate. People claimed to see the cat talk. People claimed that objects were flying off the walls, dishes were smashing on the floor. Even Ed and Lorraine Warren showed up to the home. Given all of the police reports and the records of this incident and how it has gone unexplained for so many years, what do you think really happened?
In the ocean, killer whales are the apex predator of the sea, and believe it or not, they are a lot smarter than dolphins. Here's a group of them coordinating an attack on this single seal chilling on ice. They each get in line and all start swimming super fast towards the seal. This causes a huge wave to be created, and we all know what happens next. The Australian box jellyfish might look super tiny, or average for some, but if it stings you, you can say goodbye to everything you've ever known. It will start by shutting down your nervous system, meaning if you're still in the water, you'll start drowning, and then it will attack your lungs, making it seem like you're breathing in hot fire. And finally, you'll pass away if you don't get help soon. Sea snakes are also extremely dangerous. They might look cute and harmless with their bright colors, but apparently the brighter they are, the more venomous they can be. That means that only 3 drops from their venom can kill up to 8 human adults.
Top 5 most dangerous animals in the world. Coming in at number 5, we have the assassin bug, also known as the kissing bug because it's known to bite people on the face.
Ooh.
People who are bitten by an assassin bug often contract Chagas disease, which can be deadly to humans. These bugs kill upwards of 12,000 people every single year and can be found in the southern half of the United States. At number 4, we have freshwater snails. Now I know what you're thinking. How can a snail be one of the most deadly animals on Earth? Freshwater snails can have parasitic worms on them, which can get people sick from a disease called schistomiasis, which causes severe pain in the abdomen area. Anywhere between 20,000 to 200,000 people every single year die of this disease, making freshwater snails the 4th most deadliest animal on the planet. Like and follow for the top 3.
Man, there's really it's like the smaller the animal or insect, it's like the more deadly they are. If you really think about it, man, it's like the most smallest freaking animals, bro, are the deadliest. Goes to show you, bro, size don't matter, man. Doesn't matter if they big, small, medium size. They can get you, bro. Things about nature, man. Never ceases to amaze me.
This is the final part of the murder of Jana Murray. So the main suspect, Brittany Norwood, was in an interrogation room at the police station with her brother. Her brother Chris said to her, "Did you do it?" And at first she was denying it, but he kept pushing. Eventually she told him that she didn't want to talk about it in the police station. And even though that wasn't a confession, it was enough for police. And on March 18th, 2011, a week after Jana's murder, Brittany Norwood was arrested. Police still didn't have a motive, but they basically suspected that Jana confronted Brittany about stealing and she got angry and killed Jana. To this day, Brittany has still not confessed or explained the motive. Brittany's defense tried to argue insanity and that Brittany had an undiagnosed mental illness. But after the trial, the jury deliberated for less than an hour and found Brittany Norwood guilty of murder. She was then sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Brittany actually apologized to Jana's family after she was sentenced before she was taken away, but everybody who heard it said that it sounded so insincere. Jana's murder was absolutely horrific, but thankfully she got the justice that she deserved. The Lululemon in Bethesda, where the murder happened, is still open and now has a beautiful mural in honor of Jana. Jana is incredibly missed by her family and friends, and she was such a beautiful soul. But that's why I wanted to tell this story, because yes, it is the Lululemon murder, the murder that happened at a Lululemon store, but more importantly, it was the murder of Jana Murray. And she deserves her name to be everywhere.
Justice will prevail in the end. We saw it. Where's it, Scott? We can spot out the edits, man. We've been doing this for a minute. We know which.
Here are facts you didn't know that one day could save your life.
Okay.
If you're ever buried in rubble, yelling will only waste your energy. Look for something to grab and tap in intervals of 3, and rescuers will notice this strange pattern. If a tornado looks like it's standing still, this means it's actually moving towards you. If your drink randomly smells like cinnamon, don't drink it. People often use it to cover up the scent of actual poison. If your house ever smells like fish for no reason, 9 times out of 10, it's because there's an electrical fire. If you ever wake up to the smell of gas, don't turn on a light. A spark from the light switch could blow up your entire house. Lying flat on your back is the best way to survive a falling elevator. If your hair suddenly stands up, duck and cover because you're about to be struck by lightning. If you ever fall off the edge onto the tracks, don't try and crawl back up. There's a crawl space built to go underneath in case this happens. If you ever get kidnapped into the back of a vehicle, disconnect the brake light wire so the cops will pull them over, then kick on the door to let them know that you're there.
Interesting facts, man. I didn't know this. That they said this line straight back and the elevator when it's going down. That's the best chance for. You would have never thought that in a million years. You would have thought like going to the side or something, man. Try to escape the impact, but just laying straight down. I have to check that one out, man. I guess it's the physics behind it. And about the hair standing up. I've seen a couple of pictures like that before. So does that mean lightning was about to strike just before they took that picture? They lucky.
I can't believe this is real. A billionaire from Ohio named Larry Connor is planning a Titanic submarine dive.
What
because
the
I guess we still haven't learned our lesson from last time. The trip is going to cost $20 million, and the sub will dive more than 2 miles underwater to the Titanic shipwreck. Now his reason for doing this is to prove that last year's OceanGate implosion was a fluke, and that expeditions and personal subs are now much safer and, quote, life-changing. And if you thought this was bad enough, this was planned just days after the OceanGate sub implosion, when Larry reached out to the CEO of Triton Submarines to make a better sub that could make multiple trips to the Titanic. So the two of them will soon board the newly designed Triton Abyssal Explorer, which they claim is capable of diving 4,000 meters deep, or 200 more than where the OceanGate disaster happened. And don't worry, this time it'll be operated by a PS5 controller. So if you thought 2024 couldn't get any crazier, we now have a Titanic trilogy before GTA 6. And we might have an addition to this graph.
This Nigerian cook survived 3 days and 100 feet
Crazy.
shipwreck. One night, Harrison was in the toilet and heard voices from his crewmates yelling as the boat sinking. A few seconds later, water started getting in from under his feet, and he felt the boat flipping upside down. As the boat was sinking, he was able to find an air pocket, which allowed him to breathe for the next 3 days. The cook was able to survive on 1 bottle of Coke in complete darkness. And to make things worse, he could feel sharks rubbing against his legs while he was in the water. When all hope was lost, he heard banging on the outside of the boat and started seeing lights from divers getting closer to him. But then it started going away, so he decided to follow it. Apparently, the divers were looking for missing corpses. As the diver was swimming, he saw a hand and thought it was a corpse. But that hand started squeezing him, so he knew it was alive. So the diver called for backup and was able to save him.
These are the most amazing animals in the world. Part 1. The ogre-faced spider can be found in the forests of Australia and Africa, and it's known for having the largest eyes on any species of spider. Their eyes can also absorb 15,000 times more photons than humans. They're able to hear their surroundings from the tiny hairs on their legs, and use it to create one big and one smaller web between their legs, and attract their prey with their waist and snag it. Next, the Watusi is a species of cattle that originated back in ancient Egypt. The biggest characteristic that helps them stand out is their massive horns. These horns can grow up to 8 feet in length, and some of them may never stop growing. The Watusi with the largest recorded horns was in 2004, with horns measuring 40 inches in width. And these horns don't just look awesome, but they function as air conditioners for the animal, because they can control their body temperature and send it out the horns. And finally, the flatfish. Their flat bodies allow them to blend into the ocean floor to easily hide themselves from predators, as well as help them catch their own prey. They're also extremely fast swimmers thanks to their underfin, which gives them an extra boost. These fish also start like any regular fish, with both their eyes on each side of their face. But within a few weeks, one of its eyes slowly migrates its way onto the other side of the face, which makes them look like this.
Crazy, man. Especially about the spiders, man. Guys, we're gonna do
Facts
bugs.
you wish you never knew. On September 26th of 2021, a huge asteroid actually almost hit Earth, and NASA didn't detect it until a day later. So yeah, we were almost done for. Believe it or not, but humans do have a natural predator, and it kills around 2 to 3 million people a year. And we still have no clue how to stop it yet. This creature is the mosquito. Did you know TikTok has a secret emoji? Type shout with the bars around it on your keyboard and see what you unlock. Dr. Carl Tanzler was in love with one of his patients. Her name was Elena, but sadly she passed away. Carl then snuck into her tomb, stole her body, brought her back to his house, and kept her in there for 7 years. For that whole time, her body was slowly rotting away. He would prop her up on the bed like a mannequin. And the only reason he was caught was because somebody saw him dancing with her in front of his open window. You can check if your phone is being monitored right now. Just click on share, slide to the very end, click more, and if any unknown apps appear before your contacts, you should delete them immediately. 3 a.m. is known as the devil's hour. It is said that during that hour, the veil between our world and the paranormal world is thin. No wonder you always wake up at 3 a.m. Studies show that people who like and follow me get smarter every day, so you know what to do.
These pictures I'm about to show you are very disturbing once you know the story behind them. These are pictures taken of the Children of God, now known as the Family. They were a radical Christian cult that hit their peak around the early to mid-70s. Around that time, they had about 10,000 members in dozens of countries around the world. It started with this man, David Berg. He looks creepy, right? It's because he was. He was a predator of kinds. All the members had to have sex with each other even if they did not want to. Even the children. He always told his followers that the world was going to end and that they were God's soldiers that were going to fight the Antichrist. Members had to drop out of society. They were only allowed to make money by begging on the street and selling like pamphlets that they were given. David Berg also promoted this thing called flirty fishing, where members, mostly women, would go out to bars and pick up men and have sex with them. They would try to convince them to join the cult, and if not, they would ask for money. It was literally sex trafficking his followers. One of the most disturbing things I've seen about this cult is the story of Davidito, the book where they explain how every cult member should raise their child. They advocate for child abuse of all kinds and incest. Would also get his followers to send videos of women and children dancing naked and singing religious songs. If you want to hear more, I just released an hour-long episode on this cult, and I also talk about Ricky Rodriguez. He was born into this cult, and when he grew up, he realized he had been abused and that this cult was evil. He then killed one of the leaders of this cult and took his own life.
It's crazy, man. I'm saying these things you be learning about these cults, bro. When people get deep into it, it's just like all sense of morality, all sense of free will just gone. They'll do anything that leader says. It's scary, man, to think about how like that one person can gain that much control over that many people. They said it was like over 10,000. That's a lot of damn people. Should we check out that deep dive, man? Like I said, going down that cult rabbit hole, that's something we might have to do one day. Crazy.
So this photo is the reason you shouldn't put your feet up on the dashboard of a car.
What?
In 2007, Granny Keeley had an airbag deploy on her at 120 miles an hour. She was sitting passenger with her feet up on the dash, and when the airbag went off, her knees went right into her skull. Obviously, this led to a brain injury. Her 2 front teeth also fell out, but she lived, thankfully. She lived without a forehead for about 2 years until surgeons fitted a ceramic forehead into her skull. She had near constant headaches, and she developed gallstones because of the medication she was on. After they fitted a ceramic plate into her forehead, they injected fat from her stomach into it so it could look more natural. This is her today, so she looks very normal now. And of course, because she's in good spirit, she says her ceramic forehead is designer because it was made in Italy. She also spent a considerable amount of time educating people on why they shouldn't put their feet up on the dashboard. Because if you do, you could end up like this. And you might not be so lucky. So, if you get anything from this video, stop putting your feet up on the dash. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. And as always, these videos are for informational and entertainment purposes only.
This Nigerian cook survived 3 days in 100 feet deep shipwreck. One night, Harrison was in the toilet and heard voices from his crewmates yelling as the boat sinking. A few seconds later, water started getting in from under his feet, and he felt the boat flipping upside down. As the boat was sinking, he was able to find an air pocket, which allowed him to breathe for the next 3 days. The cook was able to survive on 1 bottle of Coke in complete darkness. And to make things worse, he could feel sharks rubbing against his legs while he was in the water. When all hope was lost, he heard banging on the outside of the boat and starting seeing lights from divers getting closer to him. But then it started going away. So he decided decided to follow it. Apparently, the divers were looking for missing corpses. As the diver was swimming, he saw a hand and thought it was a corpse. But that hand started to squeeze again, so he knew it was alive. So the diver called for backup and was able to save him.
Scientists.
That's crazy. We said it's stupid. That's crazy that the hair and give more details. I didn't know he survived off a bottle of Coke for like 3 days. And there's like sharks were rubbing up against his egg. Like imagine just being in that situation, the mindset you just trying to survive. You're in survival mode. And he saw that he can die. He took his chance, man. Goes to show you sometimes, man, when you just see an opportunity, you gotta take it because you never know what could happen. Ooh.
Are planning to bring back these prehistoric animals. What do you guys think?
No.
I bet you didn't know that this animal can talk. Seals are found all over the world and are known to be cute, cuddly-looking creatures. However, it's recently been confirmed that seals are able to imitate human speech, much like certain kinds of birds. And in the 1970s, a man from the state of Maine in the United States took care of a baby seal that he found abandoned on the shore. The old man who found him named him Hoover. And he took care of him as his own pet for a while before he had to eventually give him up to a New England aquarium. However, what Hoover's owner didn't know is that while he was taking care of the seal, Hoover was listening to the man's speech patterns and was eventually able to replicate it. While living in the aquarium, Hoover began to imitate and mimic the sounds and speech patterns of his old owner. And he even spoke in a Boston accent just like his caretaker. Just listen for yourself.
Curious facts about Islam, let's go! In Islam, you have a jinn watching you 24/7 and he's looking at you right now. Say hi. In Islam, when you go to sleep, your soul leaves your body and you're pretty much dead until it comes back in the morning. In Islam, jinns sit on your chest while you sleep and they can cause sleep paralysis. In Islam, when a bad person dies, they can see the angel of death in the form of a terrifying monster and he rips their soul from their body while they die screaming like a little baby. And in Islam, on the Day of Judgment, God will show everyone's private sins on a big screen and your family and friends will see what you did in private.
Psychology hacks you need to know. If you want to make someone uncomfortable, look at their forehead while you're talking to them. If you want somebody to open up to you more, ask them a question and if they only partially answer it, keep eye contact and stay silent. It will pressure them to talk more. If you want to be more persuasive, try and lose the words I think and I believe. When someone is touched on their shoulder or their knees, it creates a stronger emotional and physical bond with the person touching them. Chewing gum can help you when you're nervous because your brain thinks, well, I'm eating, I must not be in danger. If you walk up to a group of people and they turn their feet towards you, you are welcome. If they have their feet turned away from you, even if their body and head is turned towards you, they are uncomfortable with you walking up. Subtly nodding when someone is talking to you indicates to that person that you are genuinely interested in what they have to say and they're gonna like you more. Follow for more.
Okay. That's just in facts. She said that does make sense. Saying the name, I guess, building up the bond, friendship. If you're trying to, I guess, become closer to a person, use the actual name instead of the same bond. That sounds kind of cool. If you, I guess, throw their name in there, it gives a sense of familiarity. All right, bro. These facts we're learning. Top here with us, man. I learn new stuff every day watching the videos with you guys, man. I'm a fellow seeker as well.
Unfortunately, on Saturday, April 20th of this year in Newport, Michigan, a child's birthday that's supposed to be filled with joy was then filled with sadness and grief. 66-year-old Marcella Chidester drove her car into Swan Boat Club where a birthday party was being hosted. There, she unalived 2 children and injured 13 other individuals.
Damn.
Later in court, she testified stating that she had a seizure while she was driving and that caused her to have the accident. But police testified stating that she was tested for alcohol and she was highly intoxicated at the time of the crash. Her lawyer then claimed she did have 1 glass of wine before getting behind the wheel, but police said based on her BAC, blood alcohol concentration, it's impossible she only had 1 drink. As of April 23rd, she's being held on a $1.5 million bond and is being charged with murder. Being that this case is so recent, her exact jail sentence has not yet been determined. The two victims are 8-year-old Lana Phillips and her younger brother, 4-year-old Zane Phillips.
Damn.
I've put a link to a GoFundMe in the comments section for this family, and in the meantime, how long do you think Marcella should receive in jail?
For years, we searched for her remains, tracking down every lead. This search continues. Every year, we honor Jennifer on her birthday. September 27th, 1968. On that day in September, her children, her sister, her friends, and I crossed the street from my apartment and we walked to Central Park, carrying purple balloons, Jennifer's favorite color. We sit on benches and using markers, we write messages to her. Then we let the balloons go and watch as the wind lets them float to the sky. We watch them until the balloons disappear. Jennifer filled her children with love, wisdom, and humor. Jennifer would have been very proud of her children's accomplishments. They will always have their memories of her.
With the milk in school.
And you know what I think? I think it all started in the milk in childhood. Why for lunch did they make us drink milk? Why didn't they give us water? Wouldn't it have been more expensive to get cartons of milk instead of bottles of water? They were putting some in the milk. They wanted all the kids to drink the milk. They were so strict about that, especially at my school. Had to drink milk or chocolate milk. You couldn't even get water unless you had a water bottle. And they'll be real strict about it. Like, they didn't like you filling up your water bottle. Why you don't want to drink no milk? Breakfast Club forced us to eat breakfast, milk, cereal. Because think about it. Why, like, genuinely, why are we not drinking human milk? Like, milk from titties? Well, obviously because they produce cows for milk, so they couldn't be producing humans. Like, we wouldn't have enough humans. But think about it. Like, somebody was so thirsty that they walked past a cow feeding its baby and bent down and said, oh, let me get some of this. Drank it. That shit.
It is really crazy once you think about it, how hard the schools went into making us drink milk. Okay, drinking it for breakfast is somewhat understandable, but for lunch, you want me to drink milk for lunch? I don't know, we might be tripping, y'all. Stay weird.
I started this new series because 2026 is becoming the year where we can't tell whether these videos are real or they're AI. But like every other video that I'm sharing with you, this video looks too real to be fake. Just viewer discretion is advised. The following video is of an individual tearing off his face. You heard what I said. And underneath the face he's removing is the face of an alleged alien. And a lot of people that have seen the video are claiming that it's actually real. And then there are those that are claiming that it's AI. Once again, viewer discretion is advised. Take a look at the video for yourself. Take a look at this.
You know that's cap. Has to be AI.
What is going on there? So, what are your thoughts on this right over here? That looks very real. Is it real or is it AI?
Yeah.
Now, just a heads up to that video I just shared with you. I found other videos like that just as well that look too real to be AI. But then again, I could be wrong. What are your thoughts as to what you think that is? Because remember, as I stated in other videos, they've already said that those things are walking amongst us already, and that they possibly could be getting us used to seeing them, so we're not surprised when they show up. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
I still think it's AI though. Y'all seen that on y'all TikTok feed? Let me see. Well, I saw the NASA one. I give them that one. I ain't gonna lie. This is crazy work right here, bro. Goon clips. It's crazy work, man.
Leaked video footage, allegedly originating from the Uintah County Sheriff's Department, located just miles from Skinwalker Ranch, have surfaced online, and they're sending shockwaves through the paranormal community.
The hell is that?
Back up. Grainy body cam footage reportedly shows officers responding to reports of movement near an abandoned property when a pale, emaciated figure appears from the darkness. Witnesses describe its elongated shoulders, ashen skin, and narrow, claw-like feet that click against the gravel as it moves. Officers can be heard gasping before the entity darts behind a fence with inhumane speed. Experts and skeptics alike are baffled, with some calling it evidence of a dogman-type humanoid, a creature long dismissed as internet folklore. In the audio, one voice whispers, "What is that?" moments before the video cuts abruptly. Whether an elaborate hoax or a glimpse of something never meant to be seen, the Uintah County leak adds yet another chilling layer to the dark legend surrounding Skinwalker Ranch.
Honestly, I thank Drewski for this skit. I think this is what the church needed, considering the fact that this is how the world views mega churches. And they don't view it as mockery. They view it as this. When I watch this, this is exactly what I see. Being inside of mega churches and seeing from afar. This was so spot on, and I am not offended. And I also don't think he was mocking God. I think he was mocking what the church has become. And we are a laughing stock. The mega churches are insufferable, most of them at least. I hope that this acts as a conviction to the pastors at the mega churches and the personnel at the mega churches to let you know that something needs to change, because this is the way they view us. Money hungry, right? Rude, only want to help people if they're helping you. So very conditional, very blasphemous, do not follow the word of God, very lights, camera, action, very Showtime-esque. This is what the mega church has become. And it's running so many people away from the church and from God. And so I think this Juicy skit was brilliant to bring conviction to the mega churches in America that hopefully wakes them up from what we just saw in that skit. Because if you have been around a megachurch enough, you have seen everything that has been in this skit. And I mean everything.
Yeah, I think, man, of that Juicy skit, I heard like to say, some people got offended, but I think he hit the nail on the head. I think he said, this is what I guess regular people see, man, when they see those megachurches, man. He was thinking, dip down in Christian Dior, had all that money and stuff, doing all those antics in his skits, but hey, man, people, like you said, were saying that's true. That's how people view the mega churches, bro. That's why he said, I guess some people, they stay away from that. Gotta get back to smaller churches, bro. Better connections, man. Get back with the people.
This was captured in Zuma Beach, California, in Malibu. Actually about 35-40 minutes from where I live. It was captured by Surfing with Ben. Who can tell me what in the direct energy weapon is going on here? I've spent many days at this beach and I've never seen these lasers, just wondering what they're for. Now, it doesn't mean that there's something malice or it's extraterrestrial, even though right off of this lagoon, this coast here, lies the Malibu anomaly. If you don't know anything about that, look it up. But if anyone has answers of why these green laser lights are beaming in Malibu, please let us know. Unanswered Universe.
Wow.
One of the things that I learned from whistleblowers from the cabal itself is that they have to work within something they call the rules. And this is very, very important. Rules state that they have to tell us what they're doing. Therefore, if we allow it to happen, we have consented to tyranny, we have consented to enslavement. Now, if you get into the secret history of the cabal, Queen Elizabeth's royal astrologer, a man named John Dee, who is the prototype of the wizard with the long beard, the hat, and what he did was to rediscover, through these ancient documents that were in the Vatican, the technology of how to access
what they considered to be spiritual beings that were useful to them, but what we would consider to be demonic or evil beings. These beings need to be accessed through a very complex set of rituals and ceremonies. You cannot just ask for them to show up. You have to follow very elaborate and specific protocols. So John Dee rediscovered the technology of how to draw the magic circles, how to say the right incantations, how to actually do black magic on a governmental level. This is what people are going to have so much trouble with once disclosure happens, is that these people actually practice black magic.
The Matrix and the Forbidden Knowledge volumes, 1 to 5, all 1,200 pages, teaching you mind-blowing symbolism and how the system works. Click the link in bio when you are ready. On sale now for just $19.99.
Learned that in Ghana it has become popular to bury people in coffins that represent what that person was known for. For instance, if you're a pilot, you'd have an aeroplane coffin. Or a Coca-Cola addict, be buried in a bottle of the good stuff. You see, in Ghana, rather than seeing death as a sad thing, funerals are celebrations for the life the person has lived. And because of this, death has never been more fashionable. They've ditched the boring regular caskets and used the coffins to reflect the person's profession, passion, or status. Bit awkward if you're an OnlyFans model. In fact, they have become so popular that they are now being exported to other countries like the United States and areas in Europe. The question is, when you die, what would your coffin be?
So, who is Erica Kirk? And who are her family?
I did not expect that it would leave me wondering if Charlie really was a contemporary Truman Burbank.
Tell me what's happening! You're part of this, aren't you?
Imagine if you could make one half of your family truly obscure at best, or completely indecipherable at worst. Who and what you are related to would be impossible to distinguish, and so remember that for later. We have to try taking one last look at her family, but this time not at her parents, although they might have been involved. Instead, this time we're going to look at her roommate, which seems unexpected, but let's go. Based on a bunch of comments ranging as far back as 10 years ago on Erica's various accounts, we see a common thread that this same female is commenting on Erica's posts, and she just so happens to look like Erica's roommate, who appears in these videos. And her name is Nicole Rothstein. And Nicole is actually not just her roommate or soulmate or best friend, whatever she calls her. Nicole is also Erica's cousin. And this is going to become a much bigger deal as we move forward.
For centuries, the Rothschilds have been visible and untouchable. Questioning their role in currency manipulation, economic crashes, or political influence is routinely labelled anti-Semitic and off-limits. Which is awkward, because the Rothschild family themselves enjoy boasting about all of these things. Just like Erica Kirk's bizarre behaviour. The controversy isn't that people talk about it, it's what's been scrubbed from public record.
Inside the bullet, a layer of soft metal is wrapped around a tiny, super hard steel spike. And when it hits the bulletproof vest, the soft metal flattens and peels away, leaving the steel spike intact, meaning all its energy focuses on the very tip of the core. The vest's woven fibers spread the impact across the weave, but the spike slips between them, and the point drives through the fibers and any metal plates behind it. So while a normal bullet would be stopped on impact, the spike punches straight through it and into the flesh on the other side.
I'm finished up.
Would you do that, man? You know Speed's traveling to Africa right now. That's the world tour. I didn't know how many people would do that, bro. Speed, man's hardcore, bro. Tell me down below, man. Would you drink that, bro, to become, I guess, a part of the... He had to do that to become a part of the official tribe? Become an official member? Would you do it? Or would you just have to turn that down? Well, they tried to give the number back. He's like, nah, I'm good.
Tell you how generational curses is passed down from generation to generation.
These are placed inside the jar, and the lid is then sealed.
The lid represents the limitation mindset.
They are left undisturbed for 3 days.
Limitation mindset now.
We follow their example.
And as y'all can see, fleas can jump up to 7 inches in a distance up to 13 inches. But once the fleas was indoctrinated that you can't jump higher than a jar, then that same limiting belief was passed down to the next generation and the next generation. And it only takes one generation to break the cycle and be able to reach our fullest potential. Y'all let me know what y'all think about in the comments on how these limiting beliefs is passed down from generation to generation in the comment section. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
I'm not understanding right now. Why is people surprised by this? Why is this headline surprising a lot of people? So both Bill and Hillary got subpoenaed to come testify in court. And what did they do? They said, nah, they refused to do it. Why else would someone refuse to do something that they know is deemed to be right? When your face is all over the pictures that's in the documents. So one of the most powerful political couples get called to testify and they ducked it. Telling y'all, fool. Evil. Are they afraid that when they go there, people gonna find the truth out? So as of right now, they're thinking about holding them in contempt. And I don't even know why they're thinking about it. It should happen. If they don't want to come testify, they don't want to get on that stand, they need to be in jail. But I hate keep talking about these files because at the end of the day, they're using that to play against us, fool. Every time it's another headline, what do? The Epstein files, and then they show us nothing.
You know how they say you shouldn't sleep with your phone screen on facing you?
Yeah.
Because somebody could be watching you? Well, 2 women said that in the middle of the night, they woke up and saw somebody watching them on their phone. You heard what I just said? 2 women said they woke up and saw a man on their phone screen that was watching them. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit.
Last night I experienced something that was, well, it was this morning and it was kind of scary. There was a lady on here, on TikTok, that said that we should not sleep with our phones facing us because she woke up to a man staring at her.
This shit is crazy.
And that actually happened to me yesterday or this morning at 4 a.m. I went to sleep around 1 and woke up to a sound of microphones. It was a man. And he was on my screen. He basically mapped into my phone. And I think what he was doing was poking me to wake me up.
So basically, people are trying to hack your phone while you're asleep. But here's the thing. They need you to have access to your phone. And if you've seen the whole video, she was saying that she didn't give him access to the phone. Giving him access to the phone would be opening her phone, unlocking her phone. And once they have that access, they can take everything that you have. What's even scarier is if they can get in your phone, get access to your phone, watch you while you're asleep, they know exactly who you are, which means your personal information is theirs. And if they're close enough, they might be able to come to your house. Y'all better pay attention. I'm out.
So you're telling me that this whole time my gut and my brain have been secretly talking to each other without my permission? And tired, my gut was low-key controlling me? Oh, wow. Now I understand. They are literally in cahoots.
Why didn't y'all tell us that pasta comes from India as well, y'all? Like, you have no idea how much I was hoping that this had nothing to do with food, right? I don't even eat pasta anymore, but the fact of the matter is I see how and where it's being created. It's not in Italy, right? Where probably food in the area is a little bit more sanitary and hygienic. But no, it's coming from India. Why are we finding out so many things that we dabble in comes from India? So you're telling me we have nobody abroad in India, like a foreign trade zone operator, to make sure that the food that we are getting from India is made in a sanitary location? Nobody? So you're telling me that the people who run our country is okay with America getting the bottom of the bottom when it comes to food? I mean, it makes sense because when it comes to money, like, we don't get nothing from our government. But yeah, y'all, we have been lied to once again because our pasta does not come from Italy.